yesterday somebody called in and made the point, maybe it was even the day before, made the point about competition. And, I've got a couple of friends right now who are fighting over the ownership of a company, basically. And I've got other friends who are small business people who are watching their businesses go up and go down, succeed and fail. In a competitive world, there are winners and losers. In business, you actually want that. You want that. Competition is a good thing in as much as it assists society. Now think about this for a minute. There's a really crucial, in fact, let me just share with you a sentence from the Declaration of Independence. This is after Jefferson talks about we hold these rights to be self-evident, life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. He said that to secure these rights, to secure the rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. Now think about that for a minute. Here's Thomas Jefferson in the Declaration of Independence, our founding document, saying that the reason why we have government is to secure for the people the rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Where's competition in that? We have lost, and this is one of the real tragedies that we no longer teach civics in the United States. We have lost an understanding of the difference between the private economy, the private space, and the public economy, the public spaces. In the private economy, I do a radio show, right? A radio and TV show. I'm doing it right now. This is a business. Louise and I own this business. We have employees. We have competitors. Right? There's dozens of other progressive talk show hosts out there. Probably hundreds. Maybe thousands. I don't know. I haven't looked at podcasts lately. And every single one of them potentially is better than me and might someday come in here and just, eat my lunch. And if that happens and you find a progressive talk show host who you think does a better job and speaks to you in a more, understandable fashion and meets your needs, then toss me overboard, right? That's competition. I'm fine with that. I have lived in that world my entire life. I have been an entrepreneur literally since I was 16 years old. Well, 17. And made my way through this world. And I've had a bunch of good years where I made a lot of money. I've had a bunch of bad years where I literally made nothing or lost a lot of money. And I've learned a lot of lessons from it, but that's competition. Okay, competition's a fine thing in a marketplace. And yes, there are winners and losers. Right now, in the who's the best progressive talk show host in America? I'm the winner, right? It's the number one progressive show in America, arguably, or arguably Joe Madison is number one and I'm number two, according to the Talker Magazine ranking. And, no doubt over time that'll change. That's just business. But what about government? Should there be winners and losers in government? In government policy? Jefferson's saying governments are instituted among men to secure the liberties of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And they derive their legitimacy, not his word, mine, but, derived from the consent of the governed. Now, the governed in the United States, that's the taxpayers of this country, are saying pretty loudly, this ain't working. All right, 7% approval rating for Congress, or for the Republican damage that they've done to Congress all these years. I mean, if the purpose of government is to secure life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, how do you do that if that means that some people are going to lose life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness? And I'm not talking about criminals. I'm talking about just some people being losers. They weren't as good. They weren't as smart. They weren't as lucky. They didn't happen to be there at the right moment. Those are all the things that and many others. But those are the main things that produce winners and losers in the marketplace. We can't have that in government. Government needs to be here for everybody. Now, Republicans believe that government should be run by like a business, and so they're trying to create losers in the marketplace out there and winners. The Forbes 400 just came out. Do you know 20 families now control more wealth than the bottom half of America? In our economy, we definitely have winners and losers. And then Republicans come along and they say, oh, like in Wisconsin, Scott Walker's reforms. Well, let's take the poorest 15,000 people who can't even get a job and throw them off food stamps. Brilliant.
You're listening to the Thom Hartmann Program. Call 202-536-2370.
See, when government creates winners and losers, as it's been doing since the era of Reagan, then you no longer really have a republic, certainly as is envisioned by our founders. To watch more clips from our programs, hit the Watch More Videos button over here. And please be sure to hit the handy-dandy subscribe button so you'll always be up to date. Tag, you're it.